Let's start with carbohydrates. These are polyhydroxyaldehydes and ketones and their condensation products. Carbohydrates, basically they are the sugars. On the basis of functional groups, they are classified as aldose sugar and ketose sugar. Aldose sugars are those which contains an aldehyde group, and ketose sugar contains a ketone group. Examples of aldose sugars are glucose, glyceraldehyde, galactose, lactose, xylose, ribose, maltose, while that of ketose sugars are fructose, dihydroxyacetone, xylulose, ribulose, pseudoheptulose. Reducing and non-reducing sugars. Reducing sugars are those sugars which contains free aldehyde or ketones groups, and those sugars which don't have any free aldehyde or ketone groups, they are known as non-reducing sugars. To test whether the sugar is reducing or non-reducing, we use Fehling solution or Benedict solution. If cupric ion in the solution converts to cuprous ion, that is, if blue color of the solution converts to red color, then it's a reducing solution. And if blue colors of the solution remains blue, then it's a non-reducing sugar. Non-reducing sugar is unable to convert cupric ion to cuprous ion. Example of non-reducing sugar is sucrose, while example of reducing sugars are glucose, lactose and fructose. Let's talk about some sugars. First one is lactose. It is also known as milk sugar, as found in milk. It is formed by the combination of glucose and galactose. Second one is maltose, also known as malt sugar, formed by the combination of glucose and glucose. Third one is sucrose, also known as invert sugar, table sugar, cane sugar. Cane sugar because it is found in sugar cane. Next one is fructose, also known as fruit sugar, as it is found in all fruits except grapes. Next one is glucose. It is also known as blood sugar, corn sugar and grape sugar, as in grapes it is found. Next one is trehalose. It is also known as insect sugars because it is found in the hemolymph of insects. Next one is galactose, also known as nerve sugar because it is found in the myelin sheath of nerve fibers. Let's see the classification of carbohydrates. They are classified as small sugars and large sugars. Small sugars, they are further classified as monosaccharides, derived sugars and oligosaccharides. Large sugars, they are also known as polysaccharides. They are classified as homopolysaccharides and heteropolysaccharides. Monosaccharides, they are also known as simple sugars, so they are not further hydrolyzed. Their general formula is CnH2nOn. In this, carbon number varies from C3 to C7, that is C3, C4, C5, C6 and C7. C3 carbon known as triose sugar, sugar of C4 carbon known as tetrose, while that of 5 carbon pentose, 6 carbon is hexose, that of 7 carbon is haptose. So according to this, general formula of triose sugar is C3H6O3, tetrose sugar is C4H8O4, pentose sugar is C5H10O5, hexose sugar is C6H12O6, haptose sugar is C7H14O7. Example of 3 carbon sugar is dihydroxyacetone, and glyceraldehyde. while example of tetrose sugar is erythrulose. Example of pentose sugar is ribose. Example of 6-carbon sugar is glucose, fructose, while example of 7-carbon sugar is pseudoheptulose. So examples of triose sugar are dihydroxyacetone and glyceraldehyde. Example of tetrose sugar is erythrulose. Pentose sugar is ribose. Hexose sugar are glucose and fructose, while heptose sugar are pseudoheptulose. Second classification of simple sugar is derived sugar. It is classified as amino sugar, sugar alcohol, and deoxyribose sugar. Amino sugar is that derived sugar which contains an amino group. Example of amino sugar is glucosamine, while sugar alcohol contains an alcoholic group, that is an OH group. Its example is mannitol. It is found in brown algae. Third one is deoxyribose sugar, which is derived from ribose sugar. That is, the structure of ribose sugar is it contains 5 carbon atom, CH2OH, H, HOH, HOH, HOH. This is ribose sugar. If we remove that, it is carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3. If we remove oxygen from second carbon atom, that is removing oxygen from second carbon, we get deoxyribose sugar. So we get deoxyribose sugar by deoxygenation at second carbon atom. We get deoxyribose sugar. Third classification of simple sugars are oligosaccharides. These are those simple sugars which contains 2 to 9 monosaccharide units. Example of oligosaccharides are disaccharides. These are those oligosaccharides which contains 2 monosaccharide units. Examples of disaccharide are lactose, that is formed by the combination of glucose and galactose. Other examples are maltose, sucrose. Next is trisaccharide, which is formed by the combination of 3 monosaccharide units. Its example is raffinose. Next is tetrasaccharide, which is formed by the combination of 4 monosaccharide units. Its example is stachyose. So oligosaccharides are those sugars which contains 2 to 9 monosaccharide units. Their example are disaccharide, trisaccharide, tetrasaccharides, and so on. Example of disaccharides are lactose, maltose, and sucrose. Example of trisaccharide is raffinose, while that of tetrasaccharide is stachyose. Now let's talk about large sugars, that is polysaccharides. They are further classified as homopolysaccharide and heteropolysaccharides. Homopolysaccharides are those sugars which are the polymer of same monomeric unit, while heteropolysaccharides are the polymer of different monomeric units. Example of homopolysaccharides are starch, glycogen, cellulose, inulin, and chitin, while example of heteropolysaccharides are peptidoglycan, hyaluronic acid, and agar. You must remember that starch, glycogen, and inulin, they are the storage homopolysaccharide, while cellulose and chitin. These are the structural homopolysaccharide. Let's start with homopolysaccharide. First one is starch. It is also known as a storage homopolysaccharide. Its components are amylose and amylopectin. Amylose is an unbranched form, while amylopectin is a branched form. In amylose, 200 to 1000 alpha D glucose units are found, while in amylopectin 2000 to 2 lakh alpha D glucose units are found. In amylose, alpha-1,4 glycosidic linkage is present, while in amylopectin, alpha-1,4 and alpha-1,6 glycosidic linkage is present. In amylopectin, branching occurs at every 25th glucose unit. Second one is glycogen. It is a storage homopolysaccharide. It is also known as animal starch because in animals, food is stored in the form of glycogen. It consists of two components, amylose and amylopectin. Amylose is the unbranched form, while amylopectin is the branched form. With iodine solution, starch gives blue color, while glycogen gives red color. Next one is cellulose. Cellulose is the structural homopolysaccharide. It is present in the cell wall of plants. Cotton fibers, 90% cellulose present. In paper pulp, 20% of cellulose is present. It is the unbranched form of 6000 beta D glucose unit. It is the most abundant organic molecule in biosphere. Its derivatives are cellulose acetate, cellulose nitrate, carboxyacetyl cellulose. This is chitin. It is a structural homopolysaccharide. It is found in body wall of insects. It is the homopolymer of N-acetylglycosamine. It is the second most abundant organic molecule in biosphere after cellulose. It is important to remember chitin, as in old NCERT it is given as a heteropolysaccharide, but now it is given as a homopolysaccharide. The fifth one is inulin. It is a storage homopolysaccharide. It is found in roots and tubers of Dahlia plants. It is the homopolymer of fructose. It is not metabolized in our kidney, so readily filtered through kidney, so we can use it for the testing of kidney functions. Now let's start with heteropolysaccharides. First one is peptidoglycans. It is a structural heteropolysaccharide. Bacterial cell wall is made up of peptidoglycans. Peptidoglycans, it is a polymer of NAG and NAM, that is N-acetylglycosamine and N-acetylmurenic acid, which is joined by beta-1,4 glycosidic linkage. Second one is hyaluronic acid. It is the heteropolymer of D-glucuronic acid and D-N-acetylglycosamine. It is found in the matrix of connective tissue like tendon, ligaments and cartilages. It provides toughness and elasticity to connective tissue. Third one is agar. It is a heteromucopolysaccharide. It is used as a nutrient medium for bacterial growth in laboratory. It is obtained from red algae like Gelidium and Gracilaria. A very important point that you must remember is we can store starch and glycogen because they are chemically inactive, osmotically inactive, and they can be stored in bulk. I hope you like this video.